What up, everybody? My name's Hoodie. You can call me Hoodie. That's for why, by the way. It's not like the jacket you wear. And I just went to the Nintendo headquarters of America, which are in Redmond, Washington. You can Google it. You can actually find it, but you can't go in. You actually have to be invited, and someone invited me, and I got to go. But I got this cool bag. Nintendo says Redmond. And I'm going to show you everything that I got, the exclusives that you can get in the Nintendo store, and kind of describe it as I'm getting everything out of the bag. But yeah, I got invited. This is like months in the making, and it was a great time. It's like a normal building, but just more video game based. Here's the receipt, which, okay. Well, we're just going to... Let's not look at that, not look at the bank account for the next few months maybe. But it was great. You have to be invited, like I said, because greeted at the door is receptionist that you have to obviously say why you're there for. But the cool thing is that in the lobby, it says Nintendo all over it. You can actually play Zelda Breath of the Wild, which is pretty much everyone's game of the year. There's Super Mario Odyssey, which was on display. I didn't see it play. And there's a bunch of 3DSs, but I didn't really go into those because my person was right at the door waiting for me, so that was great. But that's my... I didn't buy it. I've had that for a while. But that's my Switch. Figured, who knows, maybe I'll run into Reggie or, who knows, someone, and they'll sign it for me. But they didn't. But in order to actually get into Nintendo, you needed a badge, which I guess I could show you my badges. Boom, right there, equal opportunity employer, so, you know, if you're looking for work, Nintendo's got you. But yeah, that's my real name, but whatever. But yeah, you needed this to get in, and this is actually the lanyard they gave at E3 with a Super Mario Odyssey pin, so I didn't have to go to E3 for nothing this year, but that's okay. But yeah, that is my badge, and I felt like a real Nintendo employee, so I guess I'll put that on. That was my free thing, I guess, of the day. And for some reason, I didn't know how to hook this to this, but that's another story for another time. But in Nintendo, there's actually a Mario cafe, which is where all the employees eat, where they have a lot of their events. My person told me that's where they had their actual holiday party. And they have a lot of video game tournaments there for in-house, like in the office, which is kind of cool. Just, you know, hey, we got Smash Bros over here. You want to come over play? Anybody? Oh, everybody. Okay, cool. But the cool thing is that Nintendo, everything is divided into 4 sort of quadrants, at least for now. There's a Yoshi one, there is a Donkey Kong one, there's a Zelda one. I believe the 4th one was Mario, which makes sense. It's blue. Green? There's 2 greens. That's confusing. But Donkey Kong was yellow, which is where the guy that I was with worked at. There was a blue one, which I don't know which one would be the blue one, because Yoshi would sort of be green. But the Donkey Kong was yellow, which kind of makes sense. Obviously, that had to be a Mario one. It was kind of a blur, because it was like, oh, I made it! Oh my goodness! But it was cool. It's pretty much an office. It was kind of in low-key, like, we can't tell you anything mode, which is why you can't actually take photos in there. There's only 3 spots you can take photos, which is 1 in front of the big sign, which will be right here. 2, which is in front of the lobby before you go in. And 3 is in this private garden, which didn't look like the greatest photo opportunity because all the plants were kind of dead. So I didn't take that one. But that's okay, because we'll see in other people's vlogs and stuff like that. It was cool because they are working on sort of like a museum circle right now. It's like a circle, probably expanding even more, where it's just the whole history of Nintendo, from the start where they were a card company to the Virtual Boy, Game Boy Colors, SBs, 3DSs, all the way to Switch. They haven't added the Switch yet, which you think they would because it's been about 6-ish months. Or 10 months now, but hopefully they add that soon. Who knows? But it looked cool. I actually saw the Game Boy Color and the Game Boy Advance and Game Boy Advance SP I had. Did have my 3DS or they did have my DS, but that's good. I didn't have the Switch, but that was cool. And so we actually went in the offices. There were a lot of all the meeting rooms are named after certain things. If you're in the Mario area, obviously it's like the Bowser room, not in this castle room, which is kind of confusing because but we have to meet in that castle. In the Zelda area, there was the Master Sword Room, which is where all the CEOs meet. That one was completely blocked off. Couldn't see that because they're meeting for something high, big tech stuff. There was a Hyrule Room, which was kind of cool. Also, that's where they shoot Nintendo Minute and Nintendo Treehouse. Couldn't go over there because they were filming, and I tried to make a cameo, but that's okay. And on top of that, they have an exclusive store that's just for employees, which obviously is where I got all this stuff, including that receipt, which was super scary. Which they had tons of old stuff from like Wii Sports to current stuff, Legend of Zelda. It had Splatoon. I think the most recent like clothing thing they had would be Metroid Samus Returns, or probably Super Mario Odyssey. But the cool thing is they have, at least as far as I know, they had practically every Switch game that's come out in the past year. Even WWE 2K18, which your boy reluctantly got. They have all the Switch games. I wasn't looking at 3DSs, but I know they have the new Pokemon Alpha, Pokemon Sun and Moon. I forgot what they're called. But that's okay, because Pokemon, I'm going to wait until you get on the Switch, then we'll talk. And the cool thing is that they told me that employees, they actually get to rent out all the games. They get to have, which is super cool, it's the blockbuster of Nintendo, and it's for free. I mean, it's obviously a perk of what they're doing for their job. But to say, hey, I want to rent out Super Mario Odyssey, or I want to rent out FIFA, that's legit. Like, all the Nintendo games you want, you need to work there. But here is what I got. So if you're in a Nintendo store, you gotta get something that says the city it's at. I went to the New York one, which is kind of the public one. This one's private. You can only go if you're friends of employees or your employees or family. And there wasn't a lot of stuff that said Redmond on it. So sorry, I burped up there. I got this little cute little bottle. It's a Nintendo Redmond. It's all the craze of these types of bottles, but nice to drink some water and be reminded that hey, I went here. It was $13, but it's pretty solid. It's metal. It hurts. So that was legit. And then what else we got here? And this probably is the thing I was looking forward to the most. I've heard about this and seen it. It's a Letterman jacket. Remnant. You can kind of tell how old it is because it says Nintendo World on it instead of Nintendo Store. But it's a Letterman jacket for Nintendo. So it has the N of Nintendo, which is the actual legit N, like it's legit. Now on the back, it's simple. It just says Nintendo. So like you could rock it. What school name with an N did you go to? But I didn't. I just like Nintendo. So I'm excited to rock this. And let's rock it right now. Great. Boom. Oh yeah. Ooh yeah. I feel like I deserve this. Like I just won the championship because technically. Or NerdKind. I did. And then last but not least, I bought some stuff for family, which I don't want to show on here because who knows if they watch this. But I've been waiting for this, and you're going to be like, you waited that long to get this? I finally got Super Mario Odyssey. I know this game came out almost 2 months ago now. And I saw it at E3, I even met the voice of Mario. But I was like, I have to wait to get this at Nintendo's headquarters and say, yeah, I bought Super Mario Odyssey, probably the number 2 game of the year next to Breath of the Wild, at Nintendo's headquarters, and boom, I bought it. Nothing special. They had a lot of special editions of stuff. They actually had the NES version of the 3DS. They had a lot of NES classics and SNES classics, but no one I know really wants those well for the Switch. So I didn't bother buying any. And they had every amiibo, because I know Super Mario Odyssey has all the wedding Mario amiibos. They had pretty much every amiibo, even the ones like you don't really play with, like Tom Nook, which is like $2. You see it all places. Yeah, that's everything I got. This stuff for family, which you can't see because I don't want to spoil it for them. But it was legit. If you can find someone who lives in Redmond, Seattle, and works at Nintendo, legit get them to take you to go because it was amazing. It's like the Mecca. Like, I made it. Like, you're like, oh, I've gone to E3 or I go to Comic-Con. Like, I went to Nintendo's headquarters where they're actually making games. And like they have a whole campus and an area of it is making games, like making stuff for the Switch, making stuff for Nintendo. The main office, obviously planning, developing. It was legit. But that's everything I got in the Nintendo headquarters and its store, and that's really all I got for you. Make sure you follow me at Andrew Hoodie on every social media platform. That's with a Y. It's like doing the Y. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.